Welcome back, Civics students, for yet another fun and exciting week of topics in our digital platform. This week we're going to do one assignment to review the judicial branch, then we'll be through with that for a little while, for a long while actually, and then we get to start personal financial literacy, and I hope you'll like what we've got planned for you. So for this week, you've got until Sunday, May the 24th at 11:59 p.m. to submit 3 assignments. So, as always, I have a checklist for you to take a look at. Once you pull that up, you can make a copy for yourself. You are watching this video, which is number 1. It's not too late to join our Remind. I love sending out the Remind posts. Our weekly discussion post is still optional, but if you have general questions, you can post those there, or of course, email me. Then the first actual assignment is a little review quiz on the judicial branch. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And then the next 2 assignments are 2 modules of your choice in a platform called EverFi. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Alright, back to our homepage. Number 1, you're watching this video, which will be right here somewhere when I get it uploaded, and then you still have the same document. It hasn't changed in a couple of weeks, where you could take a look at quarter 4 expectations and what quality work means. Again, it's not too late to join Remind. Join Remind right there, Drake at 1776. And then our weekly discussion post, of course, is optional if you have general questions, especially with the closeout of the year. Any questions you have that everyone might be interested in knowing, you can post there, or you can send me an email if you have individual questions. Okay, so let's take a look at our actual assignments. The first thing is going to be the review quiz, and that's going to be due, of course, just like all of ours, Sunday, May the 24th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, for this quiz, it's going to be a little different than most other quizzes where you just took it one time. What I want you to do to actually have a quality submission is to get a score of 80 or above. So you have to get 20 out of 25 questions correct. You will have an unlimited number of attempts to do this. So if it takes you 1, great. If it takes you 100, well, email me when you get to 90. So what I'd like for you to do, when you click on this Canvas assignment link, it gives you the directions there. You'll answer questions about Supreme Court cases we've studied. You can use, and I'll even put this back on there. Let me do that right quick. I was saying a link to our Supreme Court cases slides that we all pitched in. So if you want to use them, they are here. Now you can access those notes if you need to. You can use the notes, but I'd like for you to try it first without the notes. And that way, maybe you can give me an idea about, is there anything that's really not very clear? Because really most of our Supreme Court cases have come from amendments 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and a lot of them from 14. So go to the questions. I'll show you an example. So this is question 1, and this is asking about judicial review, which is part of the Supreme Court's ability. So you would click whichever Supreme Court case established the right of judicial review, and you'd go from there. Again, you still have to score an 80 or above, so you have to get 20 out of 25 correct. So that's our first actual task. Remember, your grade is not an actual grade. This is just a quality submission assignment. So that means for this one you have to get an 80 or above, and if you don't, I'll mark that in PowerSchool as just incomplete. I'll try to send you an email if by the end of the week you've tried but you don't have an 80 yet. But again, you'll have an unlimited number of attempts. Email me if you have any problems with that. Okay, so let's talk about our next 2 tasks. This might be a little confusing, so please, please, please send me an email if you get stuck on this or you don't understand. I'm going to try something a little different, and I've never done EverFi before, even though I've heard a lot of teachers say it's really great. I'd like to get started on personal financial literacy, so I'd like to spend the last weeks of our year talking about some things that are really financially important for students. And so one tool that we have in Cabarrus County is something called EverFi. And so I'm going to put the directions, I'm going to explain them briefly here, but also I'm going to load the directions on the home page as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to access the EverFi site, and you're going to choose actually this week, you're going to do 2 modules. You're going to do one here for this one and a different one here. And then next week I'd like, if it works well, I hope it does. So if it works well, we'll do 2 more next week. They take about 30 minutes to complete for each module. So you click on the page, and I'll have video directions listed there too. And so here are the 7 modules. You can learn about banking basics, income and employment, budgeting, consumer skills, credit and debt, financing higher education, and insurance. So this is choice 1. So what you're going to do after you finish the module, you're going to answer in a text box entry the most important thing you've learned from this module. So looking at being a person who is going to be financially independent one day, I hope, I'm sure your parents hope too, what's something important that you've learned from this module? This can be an answer in just a sentence or two, why it's important, why it's significant for you. So that's going to be for your first choice. Now let's go to the second choice. So back on the home page, you click on this link for the Canvas assignment, and this is choice 2 of available modules. So let's say you did Banking Basics in choice 1. Now you need to do another one. And again, they take about 30 minutes or so to go through, and you can pick any one that you haven't done already. But then you're also going to answer this same question in a text box entry. So you're going to do an EverFi module and then answer the question in the text box. What is the most important thing you've learned from this module? So let's take a look at EverFi. Okay, so how do we get into EverFi? Man, I hope this works. If it doesn't, you please let me know. Don't just sit around and wait forever. But right here on our tabs where we get into Canvas, Alex, Discovery Education, Master Connect, there's also Clever. Now we've never done this in class, so I want to give it a shot and see how it works. So you're going to come up to your Clever page. And so you should have somewhere, now it's on my page too. If this, I'm not sure what a student's looks like, a high school student's. My children are in 2nd grade, they have one. So they have to keep scrolling down. But this is the EverFi right here link. So this is what it looks like. Or you can go to my page and it's the only one I have there. So you can click on that. Then you have to log in with your Active Directory. And so yours will probably pop up and say Active Directory. Now, here's where it could go wrong because I'm not exactly sure what yours looks like. So you could go to, on mine, I go to View Course or somehow how it gets you started in the course. So this is what your first page should actually look like. So it's pretty simple. Let me get out of the way. It talks about here that this is from Truist, or BB&T is now Truist, really an online course to walk you through some financial basics. So here are the 7 modules. And again, for this week, pick any 2 you'd like to do. My favorite would be, where is it? Credit and debt. So that's talking about a credit card, okay? So when you click on that, it'll tell you how long the lessons are. So there's that to consider. But also you have progress and you have a quiz score. So you have to, and it will tell me if you don't finish the whole thing. So you have to finish the whole thing and take the quiz in order for it to be considered a quality submission. So all you got to do is click on Start, and it takes some scenarios.
In this module, you will compare the advantages and disadvantages of using credit and debt, analyze credit card features and their impact on your financial plan, discover how repaying credit can affect the cost of borrowing, understand how the cost of credit is influenced by loan terms, and develop strategies to manage your debt to avoid negative consequences.
And then you just follow the directions and you just click the button. So it says Begin, and then you're going to take a little assessment. It's going to ask you some questions about what you know and what you don't know. So it's pretty simple. You just follow the trail of questions. You click the orange buttons to begin, to continue, to keep going through the module. So in this particular module, once you go through all of the module, you have this cute little kind of like a game at the end, Loan Sharks for Lunch, where you have to test your skills in identifying loan scammers. So if you'll take a look, I'll press.
You got a phone call with a loan offer.
Fast Cash Loan. Get $1,000 now at only 5% APY. Do you accept?
So then you can accept or say it's a scam, and there's your score right there to tell you how many you got correct. And not all of them are the same, of course, but then once you get to the end, then you have to take the assessment. You have to take the assessment in order to complete the entire module. So once you get through that, then you'll be done, and you can go back to the home page to see your progress. So for example, here on Module 5, I have 98% complete. And it has to be 100% complete in order to have a quality submission. So it has to be 100% complete. And so if you're not sure what you've missed, you can definitely email me and I can check on that. Or you can just click Resume. And so what have I not done? I haven't taken the assessment. So when you finish your assessment, you can take a look at what you missed and you can click Continue. And then, of course, you have to see that you have progress of 100% complete. If you want to do it again, you can always replay it, but you need 2 different modules for this week. So just to let you know how I'm checking for your progress, how am I going to see this if it works correctly? That I have all of our classes listed here. And so let's just take 4A. So what I can do is scroll right here and it'll give me the details. It'll give you your name, your login, and what 2 modules you've completed for this week. So I'll be checking that after the submission date. The final submission date, of course, for 2 this week is Sunday, May the 24th by 11:59 p.m. Okay, so quick recap. You're going to do 2 modules. So I've just pulled back up choice number 2. So you're going to complete 1 module and answer what is the most important thing you've learned from this module, and then you're going to complete choice 2 module and answer this in a text box. Again, we've never done this before, so whatever problems that we have, please let me know. I'll troubleshoot that, and if things go just totally terrible, I'll come up with another contingency plan. And so there we go. Hopefully you're looking at no more than 2 hours worth of work, maybe about 30 to 45 minutes to do the quiz, depending on how long you take. And then each Ever5 module is somewhere around 30 to 45 minutes long for you to go through all of that. And so if you have any questions, of course, please let me know. Remember that my contact information is here. I'm just sitting around during the day waiting for that ping on my email from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I hope you guys have a wonderful week.